What's up, freaks and geeks? Welcome to Raw and Uncut Edition 6. I am John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and let's get started. By the way I have this set up, the news is going to progress from old to new. Let's do this. The new Finding Nemo movie has been renamed to Finding Dory, and it will be released November 25th, 2015. God, that's a long way to go. I'm excited for this movie because it's Finding Nemo sequel, and now they have to find Dory. I guess she just kept swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Oh look, I'm a lesbian now. Blech. Okay. There's been concept art that's been released for the Guardians of the Galaxy and other Marvel movies, including Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I keep thinking now that Guardians of the Galaxy looks like the Star Wars of the Marvel Universe, the Marvel Mooney Universe. The Marvel Mooney Universe? Movie Universe. And Winter Soldier looks pretty cool. But again, there's no real footage yet, so we can't speculate much. But Winter Soldier looks cool so far, and Guardians of the Galaxy has potential to be a great standalone movie, like Star Wars, which also comes out a year after Guardians of the Galaxy, which will be cool. Next, Avengers 2 will start rolling cameras in early 2014 in UK, London. And that excites me so much because it's almost here already! The sequel to Avengers. It's coming so quick. Time's going by so fast. Time, slow down. I would love to watch the Avengers sequel soon because I want to see Thanos kick the Avengers' asses, but slow down. But it is cool to see that cameras are starting production. I'm sure they're producing the sets and producing everything, but can't wait to see more news on the Avengers 2. Next, Ninja Turtles news. Will Arnett join the cast? I like Will Arnett, so I don't even know what this means really, but I guess that's significant because he is a worthy comedic actor. And it's starting in New York, particularly Long Island, where my friends Pretty Much It live. And I think they should go find a studio and burn it down, like they have been speculating and saying. But you know what? I have faith in this movie. Maybe it might be fun. We'll have to see. I'm not going to take it so personally because I'm a big fan of Ninja Turtles, but it's Michael Bay. I mean, I don't even know. My expectations have been lowered so much lately. Even though Pain and Gain looks pretty good, his mainstream movies are just lately. And I don't know. Maybe I'll get drunk and I'll see it and have a fun time next year, but we'll have to see about that. Next, we have more Marvel news. I don't know if it's actually confirmed yet, but there's negotiations for Zoe Saldana to be featured in Guardians of the Galaxy as the female lead character. Another sci-fi movie for Zoe Saldana, including Star Trek. I just want to say that Zoe Saldana is a really good actress, and I find her extremely attractive and sexy. She's really skinny, but she's in my top 15, top 20. Oh, she's fine. Alright, I'm getting distracted. Let's move on. Okay. Maybe over the years this will come out more, but very recently Collider came out with concept art, old concept art for Spider-Man 4 by Sam Raimi, which is supposed to release in 2011 actually, so it would have been 2 years old coming this year. And not really much. You see Spider-Man throwing like the head of a statue, or a gargoyle statue at something. Two people making out, presumably I'm thinking Peter Parker and Mary Jane. And there was something else. There was 3 photos. But it doesn't really say anything about the plot. Maybe one day we will get concept art or the script. And we can actually find out what the movie would have been about. But for now, we can just get little tidbits of what could have been. I like the reboot a lot, so this isn't a problem for me. But back in the day when they canceled out 4, I was so pissed off. But you know what? Maybe it was for the better. Because now we might get the Gwen Stacy story arc. Yes, baby. Moving on. Where am I? 4 minutes? I'm going by quick right now and I haven't stuttered yet. I just jinxed it. Poop. Oh boy. Recently the trailer released for Elysium, the new Neil Blomkamp movie, who directed District 9. And I wasn't the biggest fan of District 9, but I do appreciate the approach that he had with that movie. Oh no, that's my first stutter. I fucking jinxed it! Anyway, this movie looks badass. Matt Damon looks great in the lead role. He's like Bourne, but now he's super powered. Space. The actual Elysium territory looks like Halo. Like, so, Neil Blomkamp was supposed to make Halo before District 9, because Halo got canned. But he keeps teasing us with this concept, just the way it looks like Halo. Just make the Halo movie, man, after this one. Please. But this looks like a great sci-fi movie. I'm very excited for it. Has potential to be great, but I'm not going to get my hopes up because District 9 I got my hopes up for, and I ended up being very underwhelmed by it. This was back like 4 years ago, though, so I have to watch it again. Okay, now we're getting into two recent stories that have been in the last couple of days. For Avengers 2, rumors are twirling, and apparently T'Challa, Black Panther, might be in Avengers 2, and he might possibly be played by Morris Chestnut. That's such a weird last name. He was in Boys in the Hood and a couple other movies. He was in the second Anaconda movie. I don't know why I remember that. I was a kid back then, and that sticks out in my mind. But he's apparently getting familiar with the character. So this means that either he's getting a spin-off movie, eventually, maybe Phase 3 Marvel movies, or he will be in Avengers 2, kind of like the way Hawkeye just popped in there for Thor, and then he became an Avenger for the Avengers movie. We'll have to see. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not a big fan of the Black Panther character, but he does seem like a badass from what I've seen. So we'll have to see. And the final news is that Fast and the Furious 7, the guy who's been directing the last 4 movies, Justin Lin, is dropping out to do new projects because he wants to get the hell away from this franchise. And I don't blame him. He's been doing it for so long. So now Universal is trying to find a new director to take over the helm for the newest sequel, because it's going to be basically a direct sequel to 6, because apparently this movie ends on a cliffhanger, but I don't know. I'm no expert. Apparently they are signing negotiations with James Wan, director of Saw, Insidious, and the upcoming Conjuring, to make this movie. And that's a very intriguing and obscure choice, but I dig it. You want to know why? Because James Wan made Death Sentence, and that's not a great movie, but it's a really good guilty pleasure, and he does have good composure with action sequences. And you know what? James Wan is moving on to bigger, better things now. He's been making very small horror movies, but these horror movies have been so as iconic now for the 21st century horror. So we'll have to see what happens with him. But this does give me high hopes. I thought this movie would I thought that Fast and Furious 7 would decline now that Justin Lin's dropping out, but now that James Wan is signed on, like most likely signed on, things might be looking up for the future. Okay, we are 8 minutes in. Those are all the news stories for this week. I'm John Maffio. If you want to see any of the stories, I will link them down below in chronological order as I spoke on this video. If you want to talk anything about any of the news stories, please let me know in the comments down below. Please subscribe to MaffmanJones. Check out Facebook, Twitter, and We Live Film also. I am John Maffio from MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. This was Raw and Uncut number 6. We will see you next time in a week or two. I apologize for that very disturbing ending, but I'm making a first legitimate cut in Raw and Uncut to say something. I was going to start this last week, but it didn't work out. So what I'm starting this week is that every week starting after this one, every time I stutter, I'm going to tally it up. And at the end, I'll have a rounded out number. And if people in the comment section from the last video could comment correctly on how many times I'll stutter in the succeeding video, I'll mention you at the end of the video as a shout out. So in the comments below, please predict your guesses for next time's Raw and Uncut. But yeah, it should be a little fun. So, take care.